So let's continue. So as you can see that, there are, first of all, we assume the stage one result is correct. So the result you are saying, the road, driveway, sidewalk, railway, road overlap, sidewalk overlap, driveway overlap, railway overlap, this kind of categories that come from the stage one is the result we have done. All right, this is the result from 1835, from the tab 1835, and now we are continuing. We are continuing to do the stage two based on the stage one result. Now let's take a look. So we assume the stage one result is basically correct unless it's very wrong. Okay, unless it's very wrong. So if we see some of the dirt part has been captured as a long driveway or as a road, some dirt road, that is okay. All right, that is okay. But what we need to focus on is the stage two features. Stage two features like this. This is not a swimming pool, and the shape of this pavement is too ugly, right? So in this project, we only need to make sure if we can see the image clear. If, for example, if we can see the pavement very clear, we only need to we need to capture it in the good shape. However, in these ambiguous cases, if you are not sure this is a payment or not, then don't accept the system result. Accept the system result. So as you can see, I'm not sure about this, and I'm just accepting the system result. And more importantly, I'm fixing the shape to a reasonable and beautiful shape. All right, that shape before it's very ugly. Remember, guys, the man-made feature is the stage two project is for the man-made feature. The feature that is man-made usually has a better shape, has a reasonable shape. It will not be like forest. It will not be like something like this. So the shape of the man-made feature unlikely will be like this. So the reasonable shape for man-made feature, they are usually like some rectangle or like the round, right? So instead of the like this, instead of the very random shape like this. So we don't want to have like any shape like this. This is not man-made. All right, just if you are facing an ambiguous cases, just fix the shape to a reasonable part based on the system result. And then when you see like this driveway, it's very unnecessary. So this driveway is very unnecessary. Actually, let me see. It's okay. I don't mind. So for this, just accept the stage one result, and this task is basically done. So what I'm doing is delete this swimming pool and fix the shape of this pavement to a reasonable shape. Then the task is done. So if you are seeing some of the the dirt road, you don't need to delete it. Okay, guys, you don't need to delete it. Just accept the stage one result, and you don't need to capture the more stage one features. So continue here. So this is all good, right? We're accepting this system result, and if you are not seeing the payment of the system, you don't need to. Let me see. So for this one, there's a missed payment. Obviously, this is a very obvious case. All right, if you see obvious case, then you can capture it. But if it's ambiguous, you don't need to bother to waste your time on it. Right, all of this is good. So the payment always come. The stage two features usually come around the buildings, the residential buildings. So we only need to look for around the buildings, and then that's good. And let's continue. So the system result, the stage one result is good. And for here, we see a very ugly shape that is obvious. So I'm going to fix it without too much trouble. And for this one, the shape, again, guys, the shape is not very clear. It's not very reasonable, right? So I'm going to just fix it. Use the repair tool to fix it quickly, and then that's it. You don't need to do more thinking on that. And for this, it's okay. Just accept the system result. And the rest of the task is good. So I'll submit. All right, let's continue. All right, the stage 1 result, that is good. So you don't need to bother to delete those rows. All right, just keep it. And those driveway, this payment. So in this case, this is not a payment. Clearly, this is not a payment. All right, then let's just delete it and continue. Continue to here. This is not payment either, and this is not payment because this whole area, if the system, this is probably an ambiguous cases, right? But as you can see, the system is not consistent here. This part is not being captured, but this part is being captured. So it's easier just to delete it. All right. Especially in this rural area, most of them is actually just a dirt road, the bare land. And this one as well, because this part is not being captured as payment, so I can just delete the other part. So basically, this task is done, right? So this is very easy in the rural area. You don't need to overthink. Just follow the system result, check around the buildings, and delete those fake ones, and keep the obvious ones in a reasonable and beautiful shape. Let's continue. So in this area, very obvious that this part has a very obvious paved feature, but for this part, it's not, right? Maybe just here, and we can keep something here. Let me see the shape. So I'm calling this building, and I need to merge it back. So I will delete this first, and just merge the building back. And for this parking, for this area here, it's not sure it's parking, so I will keep this as pavement, and the shape overall is good. And as for here, right, we can do more to keep the unpaved part out of our drawing. So delete that part, and this side, I just need to make sure the shape is reasonable, and use the repair tool. This is a little bit ambiguous, right? Just use the repair tool to make sure the shape is good. This is what I did, right? Very simple, and make sure you delete those fake payment. And for here, the system result shape is pretty good, and this part is not too bad, but this weird angle spike is I'm going to try to avoid that in my result. And for here, the ambiguous cases, guys, just follow the system result and make sure the shape is reasonable. And the shape here is good, and the shape here is not that good, right? The shape here is not that good. So in this case, I'm just going to keep this like this. And now here, this is a paved sports ground. This is a tennis court. And for tennis court, the shape is not very good once again. So I'm using the repair tool to keep the boundary in a good shape. And this is a pavement, very obvious. And for here, it's not paved, right? This is just this is a baseball court, right? And this part is not paved. So let's not capture it. This is not pavement. Just delete it. And when you are in this residential area, make sure you check around the residential building. All right. So I'll start from here. So for here, this is a very good part that is system labeled as outside parking. But remember, the outside parking, is only outside parking could be on the side of the driveway, but inside parking can only appear on the road, right? And this is a very good example of outside parking. The cars are parked pretty well here. So let's leave the shape, fix the shape of this system result in a reasonable shape, and then that's good. And let's continue, check more buildings here. And for here, we see a very obvious missed payment by the system, and we can use the fill tool to capture this missed part very quickly. And let's continue. Rest of it is there's no missed payment, right? It's all dirt, all bare land, and this is good. So I'm not going to fix it.